My name is Mathew Juma, and I work for TopThird Ventures as the lead developer. I started working with them in early 2013, and until now trying to develop the data aggregation portal. TopThird Ventures is a company that deals in carbon markets, and that is carbon credits markets. They deal in the business of efficient cookstoves, whereby they try to sell efficient cookstoves and earn carbon credits from them. In addition, they try to finance, or they try to facilitate carbon financing to other efficient cookstove distributors or other companies. And by that, we try to develop a portal that other cookstove distributors could use to monitor their projects, thus earning carbon credits. In earning carbon credits, you get finance, so get your money, walk away. As a lead developer at TopThird Ventures, I handle both the technical aspect of the company and a bit of business aspect also. Regarding technical bit, I try to develop the system architecture, system design. I do a lot of coding in the company. I code web applications. I code the data portal. On my day-to-day responsibilities, I would say basically I plan the work regarding the portal development. It all starts with making timelines, making time frames, trying to meet them, and programming all these to come up with a solid portal. In any work experience, there are challenges and there are interesting moments, and I can't wait to mention that it's been really interesting to try and work with people in the very remote areas, try to get the user requirements from the local user perspective, get what information they really want to provide, and try to program that into a code. It's really been fascinating. Another very interesting bit was when we had to change really complex mathematical functions into a working program. And you could only use, which could is in your task to use a computer screen to get the final result without dialing anything on the keyboard. That was really nice. My CEO, Lucas, had to come up with the formula. The business lead, Bjorn, had to come up with the slick interface and stuff. And I had to convert all the imaginations into a working reality. And that was really nice for me. The continually changing aspect of the portal, because you develop it at some point, and then you get to a particular client who has completely different needs, and then you've got to try and fit that person's needs into the whole system, because as a single person, as a single team that's working together to bring a system, we can't encapsulate all our clients into our view, and we have to approach them step by step, and they have different needs. And that really poses a challenge. As actually the calculator project is a subset of the whole project, and we really need to explain to our clients how the complex ideas behind carbon credits in a simple way, whereby they just slide the amount of stuff they feel they want to sell, where the country of localities, and the durability of their products, and by sliding that, the system automatically converts that into money. And you can see that in terms of your denomination. They say in Kenya, if you're in Iraq, it will give you that in Iraqi denominations and on real time. And that was, I think it's the most complex algorithm I've ever written as a programmer, and I'm so happy to work, and I'll never forget that. As a lead developer, you need to have a vast array of skills. first of all, you really need to be passionate of your work, because sometimes it sucks, and if you have less passion of it, you'll simply walk away. You really need to be passionate. That's regarding general skill. Regarding technical skills, as a lead developer, I need to understand the system development requirements. For example, I need to know how to prepare a system requirements document. I need to be able to analyze what the final client really needs. And that means that I also need to have an eye to design. You really need to have skills regarding programming. And skills regarding programming, for instance, I do PHP, I do JavaScript, in JavaScript I do jQuery, and I do a lot of HTML and CSS. I studied computer science. I have a bachelor's degree in computer science. I did this from Kenyan University, that's Moi University, graduated in the year 2011. And I've had a passion in programming since I was a second year. And for those who might be like disappointed or frustrated, you should not take a step back. For I touched my first computer while I was in second year, and straight from then I started feeling a code fanatic. And I always believed in myself, and now one day I could build a big platform with really complex functionalities. And here I am at TopThird Ventures and doing exactly that. I'm really happy about it. I would first encourage them to be really passionate about their work. It's not something that you do because somebody else does it. It needs personal conviction to get that working. You must be able to be really logical. If you're not logical, then you cannot translate other people's views into working applications. And that's the biggest challenge in this career. So far, I've learned that being a good software developer is not all about the code, but it's about and more so if you have to make a business perspective of it, then you've got to understand how to communicate to people and understand their needs. That's really important. You might be a very good developer, but if you can't communicate out what you're developing to the outer world, it's as good as just sitting in your bedroom and sleeping. I live by this single line that follow your passion, and in following your passion, every other thing will follow you. That means, for instance, like I've just said, the IT field really pays well, and software field really pays well, but you shouldn't follow the money. You should follow your passion. Is it exciting, that which you're doing? Do you really enjoy sitting before that computer for 19 hours a day? If you don't enjoy it, do not do it. Do not do it for the sake of money, because you'll hurt yourself. Let the money follow your passion. That's what I live by, and that's why I like what I do at TopThird Ventures. You really need to be somebody who can document his work, because you're not bound to live for life, but your system is bound probably to live for life. So it will exist even in your absence, and other people should be able to maintain it, should be able to work with it. So you should be ready to do a thorough documentation of your work, and that needs resilience. Today's developers do not only focus on application development, but be objective oriented. Make your application to have an objective. Make it look different, make it add value to the common person's life.